In the early 1800s, the land we know as California was part of Mexico, which at the time was a Spanish colony. While many Mexicans were unhappy under Spanish rule, they had different reasons for wanting their independence. Some colonists thought that the Spanish didn't treat people fairly, especially the California Indians, who had been living there long before the Spanish arrived. They wanted to take land away from wealthy landowners and share it with people who didn't have any land. They thought it was the right thing to do. At the same time, a lot of Mexico's wealthy landowners also wanted to be free from Spain. They were worried that Spain's government was becoming more democratic. That's when citizens have a say in how the government is run. A government is a country's laws and leaders. The landowners didn't want Mexico to become democratic because they didn't want to have to share their land and power. So the landowners helped pay for an army to fight against Spain. Thus began the Mexican War for Independence. In 1821, 11 years after the fighting began, the war finally ended. Mexico was an independent nation, and a year later, gained control over most of Spain's land in North America, including the territory called Alta California. A territory is different from a country or state. It's a geographic area that relies on an outside government but has some independence. That's how it was in Alta California, which relied on Mexico but had some independence. Alta California was a much larger area than the state of California we know today. In fact, present-day California, Nevada, Utah, and Arizona were all included within its boundaries. A boundary is a line or natural feature that separates one area, state, or country from another. It would be more than 20 years before the area that made up Alta California would become part of the United States. Many Californians still celebrate the anniversary of Mexican independence on September 16th. That's the day that in 1810, Father Miguel Hidalgo demanded that Spain end its rule of Mexico, allowing Mexico to be an independent country. For many, this day is a reminder of California's rich history and its connections to other places, peoples, and cultures.